Welcome to Deeply Creepy. This is episode 9. We got some good stuff for you today, guys. I've seen a few of these already. They are amazing. You're in for a treat. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you have subscribed, thanks. I appreciate it. You know, all the support we can get right now is great. Because this is only episode 9, but we're making way every day, making a little bit of progress. So we do have a Halloween special coming up. If you have any camping videos or anything like that, creepy stuff that you want to send in the description, there's an email. You can either email it to me or we can figure out a way through like Drive or Dropbox or whatever. But yeah, we'd appreciate videos. Otherwise, hey, without further ado, let's get it started.
I like it.
Look up.
The show.
Look.
The water show.
Up.
Oh, no way. What is that? That is so scary. No. What is that? Oh, hell no. Oh, no. No.
There are mysterious black rings that's seen in the sky. This is for entertainment purposes only. What in the fuck is this? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Oh, but that's just a coinkydink, ain't it? Look at this. See, I thought I was crazy when I was seeing this black smoke that was in the sky. I'm telling people, don't that kind of look strange that's in the sky? But then I came across these videos that confirmed what I seen. Multiple different incidences of the same thing that I seen in the sky. And sometimes when I see these things in the sky, they're not as solid as what you've seen. It might be a little misty. I'm starting to feel like Chick Little. Goddamn sky falling. But you know, it could be a coincidence all over multiple times. Seeing the same object in the sky.
Yeah, so actually I have seen something similar to that. I was driving through Mission Valley 2 nights ago, and there was a full moon, which I did take a picture of, but because I was driving, I wasn't able to get that black ring, what looked like a black ring, go over the moon, and I was like, what is that? So I've seen something similar to that just a couple days ago, which would be September 28th, September 27th maybe. Today's the 30th. So yeah, I have. It's pretty creepy. I don't know what to make of that at all. What do you guys think it is? Because I have no idea.
Look. You need to get the boys. Did the kids come out to look?
Yeah, like how did that
Did you see it though when it was over here? It looked so crazy. It looked like it's on fire.
It is. Here.
I don't think that's it. That's how it comes from over there.
That's the noise, isn't it?
What the heck?
Look at it, boy. Look at it.
Probably eat on. They really just made a hole in the front. 'Cause look.
Look at it. That don't even look normal.
It really looks like a hole in
It's like it turned into a spirit.
So if this was September 24th, this might have been the comet that went by, right? But the same comet that was, I think this was the green comet. It's not green in the video, but the green comet that was supposed to have flown by disappeared. And I said I would show you guys a clip from that in the next video, which I'll do now.
Why isn't anyone talking about this? Did you all see that asteroid disappear?
That looked like a dude in the sky. What do you guys think that was, man? Like that must have been like an angel or something. Maybe it was Gabriel or something.
Following the introduction of modifications which had been indicated by the results of full-scale tunnel testing of the Avro car at NASA Ames Research Center, a continuation test program was begun. The objective of this program was to prove the effectiveness of the new control system from hovering through transition in the presence of the ground up to free flight conditions. The program consisted in the main of further wind tunnel tests at Ames Research Center to prove the effects of these modifications, with a short flight test program at Avro to establish that the hovering capability had not deteriorated. A brief terrain test program was later added. The modifications provided for aft deployment of the peripheral jet sheet from the wing tip for transition and forward flight.
I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucers. We can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any department of the United States.
Man, see, it takes like 40 years before government records are available, but we have the Open Records Act. And for certain branches of the government, they keep it classified for like 40 years, right? So that's why we're finding out a lot of stuff about Kennedy and about stuff that happened during Nixon's term. But like that is crazy. They've had hovercraft since the 70s, bro. Like what? Of course they got UFOs now. They got it. If they had that technology then, they have some of these UFOs we're seeing probably for sure are the government.
Yo, listen, my phone is here. I'm looking at my app and it says my phone is at this location. I need my phone. Somebody in there got an iPhone? Come outside with the iPhone, please. Just give me my phone and I'm gone.
I think you got the wrong house.
Nah, I don't got the wrong house, man. I'm looking at my app. It says my phone is here, bro. Can somebody please just give me my phone and I'm gone. I'm not looking for no trouble. Just give me my phone, please.
It may be the apartment across from you.
Bro,
I'm not sure.
Listen, bro, give me my phone. I'm not looking for no problems. If y'all don't give me my phone, I'm coming back here and I'm gonna light this shit up. I need my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call the police.
Alright, no problem, B.
Bro, come up to my door with that liquor store drag, bro. I wish you would come to my door talking about you lost your eye. My man, you don't get out of here with that bullshit.
Let's talk about these satanic after-school clubs for kids. Federal judge orders Pennsylvania school district to allow after-school Satan club. We're starting to see these clubs all over the United States. We've seen them from Ohio, North Carolina, and now in Pennsylvania. And of course, the Temple of Satan is sponsoring all of this. This is truly demonic. Seeing little kids who know no better worship Satan. Little kids. When I was in kindergarten, first grade, what was I was playing Minecraft, bro. I still be playing Minecraft here and there. But what do you think about this whole situation? Comment down below.
See, this does surprise me a little bit, but it doesn't, because we have freedom of religion in our country. So, and especially like in Michigan, in Detroit, they put up this big Baphomet statue like downtown. It's huge. It's this big altar to Satan. So it kind of surprises me, but not really. Like, I mean, we do live in the greatest country in the world, right? We get freedom of choice of who we want to worship and who we want to believe in. But this seems just kind of like, I don't know, seems a little bit too much. Like, maybe you guys should be doing this in your backyard or your basement, like instead of having it a part of like school, trying to like advertise to get other people, because they don't do, the Christians don't have like after school clubs, like, you know, the Jews don't, that I know of, right? Separation of religion and state. That's also why our country's great.
Do you record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, you know, Gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
Do you have a kitchen on the bus you cook?
There's no kitchen on the bus, but, you know, we'll stop in certain places.
So it's weird because like all these actors and actresses, especially Lady Gaga, right? At one point or another, a lot of them break down and say that they're seeing ghosts or seeing demons. Lady Gaga had an experience like that where she said that demons wouldn't let her be, that she was being haunted and taunted and she couldn't sleep. And she had a meltdown. I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago. But now she's just full blown. Maybe they convinced her, you know, like they taunted her till she was just fully convinced, like, I'm gonna worship Satan.
Right there. Hold on, put the X on that boy so you know. Bang, bang. X. X marks the spot down the line. This is where you sign.
JP, come here. But no.
This sauce white tea, something. Oh, yeah. Hold on. My boys, hold on. Blood. On the contract and blood. Hold on, what's going on? You put blood on that. Ooh. Hey, nigga, this real gang.
Listen, you want some? It's a whole different statement now. This shit is totally different. So listen, man, you see what's going on? So tap in, man. This some ugly money shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, show your love. Ugly money, newest out of Cowboy.
Listen. It's some ugly money shit. We going to it's ugly money, it's Louis, it's such and such. We got the whole ugly money.
I'm signing another one of my folk artists. Draco, you already know what's going on, gang. What's going on, you good? Draco signed to NLE Entertainment. What's up? Yeah. So I'm gonna start by signing on my behalf first. You already know what it is. Bruh said he wanted his money in a paper bag. Nah, he wanted me a plastic bag, you know what I'm saying? Let's start playing, you know. Flawless Diamond did the work once again. I'm gonna check him out. Stop playing.
350. Slide it over. It's 350. 390. It's 10, 400. It's 10, 410, 420, 430, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's 230. And then it's right here. All together should be like 750. Should be like 750 all together, you feel me? We've been breaking machines, OG. That what we do at CMG, you feel me?
CMG, ESG, we locked in forever.
You run through it all there, man. 750. ESG, CMG. Welcome to the team, bro.
Like, you know how we bring up the shit when people say, like, I'm a, like, devil worshiper or anything? But how's the music? Because it'll be a motherfucker that be like, Uzi, get with God. And then I'll drop a song and like, damn. And it's just...
No, brother, I don't like that answer. Look at the nigga in the back scratching his head. Look at the nigga put his head down. Look at the nigga looking at nothing. Look at this nigga looking away. Nah, bro. You gotta peep everybody reaction. Peep how everybody get uncomfortable. Mind you, these is most likely people that really be around him. Nah, king.
Yeah, that's good for him, bro. He got a whole bunch of money. I mean, who cares about your soul?
Zelensky asked Marina Abramovich to be ambassador for Ukraine. Vladimir Zelensky has asked Marina Abramovich, the performance artist, to be an ambassador for Ukraine. Ms. Abramovich, a fierce critic of Vladimir Putin's illegal invasion, said the Ukrainian president had asked her for help in rebuilding school. They told me in the break, they said, hey, we got a story for you. It just went live on the Telegraph. They're going to bring Marina Abramovich in as an ambassador for Ukraine. Oh, man, I'm like, you guys are funny. This is a joke, right? You guys are spoofing the Telegraph. You guys created this article, right? This is a joke on me? You guys are playing a prank on me, right? This isn't real.
Okay. Tell me, yeah. So there's a popular, I guess you could call her influencer. She does some work with the elite political sphere and the elite popular culture people where they approach her and she becomes like a director, like a spiritual director, where I'm going to give you a certain number of things to do, and if you do those things, you're going to attain what it is that you want to attain, whether it's political power or fame. And so some of the things that she's accused of doing or having people do is, I mean, it's satanic witchcraft. You know, so like things like yourself, drinking, engaging in and all sorts of like depraved things that spirit cooking. Yep.
What's spirit cooking?
Go ahead, Jose. I gotta Google it. It's super weird. So she did this for Hillary. A bunch of this stuff. She had spirit cooking parties with Hillary.
This reminds me of the Game of Thrones. Does anybody remember when Thomas Baratheon and that lady in the red dress got together and, you know what I mean, they put some spells, you know, down and things started to go his way for a little while, and then it all blew up in his face. Urgh.
Hey, bro. You better act like you got some fucking sense. Crazy as hell. Like, what the hell?
I mean, I feel like a lot of prime delivery drivers do this, man, because I've had some packages that show up that clearly got the battery logo on it, and they're just smashed up. They're just, and I worked on a UPS truck for a seasonal helper, and I remember how he handled them packages, bro. It was not polite. Like, they don't care. They don't care.
Ladies' night turns into a paranormal nightmare. They are playing lights on, lights off.
When the lights are off, you can't move when the lights are on. You have 5 moves to get to me. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh. All right. You have 5 moves to get to me. Oh.
What the hell?
Oh my
Turn
God.
the light
Hang
on.
on, Ari. Something fell, right?
Yeah, it was sitting right here. Was it?
And it just fell off? Okay.
Fell? No, that's how this flew off. There's no way
It was
this
here?
fell. Feel how heavy this
I
is.
don't know.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
it was sitting right here. Did you touch that?
No, she didn't touch it.
I don't know. That's, I don't know. Maybe it was like... Wait, what? Was that already
Why is that?
moving?
Oh my God! Oh my God! You guys! What the hell?
That was okay.
So
what?
no.
What the cat is?
Oh my God!
Oh my God. What is?
Follow for more scary videos.
I don't know what game those girls were playing, man, but they definitely summoned a ghost.
A known creature photographed on the porch of a home in suburban Chicago.
I saw this dude give a story on TikTok. He went to Bluff City, Utah. He's like, what I experienced there had me question if we're in a simulation.
Uh-oh.
He said we were at this hotel, and then we went to a grocery store and then a restaurant. And he said people were weird. They were like not expecting someone to come in. For instance, he went to the hotel clerk and he said, hey, can we get some towels for our room? He's like, oh, actually, I don't know where they're at. This is my first day on the job.
What?
And then he went to the store. Something wasn't working. He's like, I'm so sorry. This is my first day on the job.
Weird.
And then he went to a restaurant and the card wasn't working. And she's like, I don't actually know how to work this machine. This is my first day on the job.
Like a Truman Show.
What is happening?
Yeah.
But then another guy who duetted it, he didn't have a story like that, but he said he stopped in Bluff City. He saw this hitchhiker girl walking on the side of the road. He's like, I can't pick her up or whatever. He said 30 miles down, the same girl
Stop it
was
right
walking.
now.
Like, that always reminds me of the Truman Show. There's got to be a civilization or a community that's pulled that off. Something's happened.
North Korea.
Like that. Maybe you just described North Korea.
It's pretty strange, man. Like, there's a lot of stories like this, you know, that people going out into the desert and seeing hitchhikers like that, or, you know, like we're going to cities that are strange. I feel like it's more like in the desert cities or like the desert part of the country that's like that. It's real creepy like that. You guys have any stories like that? Put them in the comments.
The locations of the 12 stargates on Earth. Stargate 1, located in the Painted Desert, Arizona, USA, near Sedona. Stargate 2, Jerusalem, Israel. Stargate 3, Nepal, in the Himalayan mountains. Stargate 4, Giza, Egypt, beneath the Great Pyramid. Stargate 5, Machu Picchu, Peru. Stargate 6, Caucasus Mountains, Russia. Stargate 7, Lake Titicaca, Peru. Stargate 8, Xi'an, China. Stargate 9, Lhasa, Tibet. Stargate 10, Abu Dan, Iran. Stargate 11, Vale of Pusey, England. Stargate 12, Montségur, France.
This is an area of expertise I don't really have much knowledge on. Like, if anybody knows why he knows the 12 stargates are in those areas, let us know in the comments, bro, because like he used Jerusalem, the Mount Moriah as a stargate, which that was like a resting place for God, like in the temple when the temple was up. He had the place of the altar where the spirit was supposed to reside. But I don't understand what the chakras are. I'm gonna do some more research into that, but if you guys have anything to add to that, please let us know.
What do you think Wi-Fi is doing to us, since it's everywhere and since everyone's experiencing, including you? What do you think it's doing to us?
I think it degrades your mitochondria. It and it opens your blood-brain barrier.
Damage the blood-brain barrier. Radio frequency radiation exposure has been shown to affect the permeability of the blood-brain barrier, as well as altering the expression of microRNA within the brain, which researchers state could lead to adverse effects such as neurodegenerative disease. Whoa.
So I've been talking with my girl for a while about this, especially 5G, not just Wi-Fi, but 5G. Like, I feel like there's a plan for it. Like, there's something else going on with it. I took a picture of a lamppost. It's actually a faux lamppost that's in Golden Hills in San Diego, and it's in one of the neighborhoods. And I'm going to add the picture right now so you guys can see it. But inside of it is definitely the 5G equipment. But like, why is it so low? Like, why is everything else so high and 5G is so low? Like, when we just had 4G LTE, we had just normal cell phone towers. But now you're starting to see 5G on like 2-story buildings, and it's super low to the ground. And it's kind of concerning, like what that would be doing to our brain. And Kennedy, I follow that dude on X, man. He's got some good insight. Like, he's one of those politicians that that peels back the layer for you, just like his dad.
The universe is actually a holographic system. It's a hologram is an image. Okay, you pass a laser through it, and it then projects a 3D image. Okay, it's like a flat image, and it projects a 3-dimensional image. But the aspect why they call it a holo, like holistic hologram, holistic image, is if you break a hologram into multiple components by cutting it. So if I take a hologram and I cut it in 4 pieces, you don't have a quarter of the image on one part of the hologram and a quarter on the other and a quarter on the third and a quarter on the fourth. You have 4 whole images that only lose their resolution by a quarter. So everything is contained in all the smaller parts, okay? That's like the reality that we're living in. Our universe is a holographic one. So the universe is inside the individual. And the entire universe is like an individual. They're reflections of each other. The other part of the principle of correspondence is that our reality is also fractal in nature. Now, if you studied fractals, these are self-similar mathematical generated patterns, okay? We see this through things like Fibonacci sequence in mathematics, and this is repeated endlessly throughout nature. You look at the structure of the atom, and it's similar to the structure of the solar system, which is similar to the structure of the galaxy. They work the same way. They look the same. You pull back enough, you'll keep seeing the same pattern repeat. So, the universe is both holographic, meaning that the whole is contained in the parts, and vice versa, and it is fractal or self-similar across all scales of its existence. That's the principle of correspondence.
That was a super insightful video, man. Like, especially the how to say the 33 vertebrae, and how everything has patterns. Like, you know, the universe kind of looks like, you know, like our human body, like as far as atoms go and like the structure of it, like it all makes sense. But I feel like the Masons know a lot about this too. The 33 degrees, but not only the 33 degrees, but the golden ratio. If you guys don't know what that is, check it out. It's pretty wild. It's like the perfect ratio. It's the perfect symmetrical ratio for beauty. Like all things that are the most beautiful have it's usually are designed with that golden ratio. when you see that swell of water recede back into the ocean like that, you better get prepared because there's a wave coming for sure. That's crazy. That dude ran. It caught up to him. He was running. It caught up. That's scary. That's scary shit.
Really that hard to believe that these pink salt mines could be petrified giants? Look at how close it resembles our own human anatomy. The average adult body contains 250 grams of sodium, less than 9 ounces, or about the amount of 3 or 4 salt shakers. But remember, they are not human. We're talking about giants. They had their own anatomy, and their own sodium levels were much higher, and resulting in more salt in their giant bodies. Now, did they petrify instantly as a punishment of some kind, or are they still aging? And the rocks and the pink salt we have today, are there the remnants of their long lost existence? Just something to think about. Is it really that hard to believe that these pink salt mines could be petrified giants?
That's pretty suspect. That pink salt, man, the layers, even the top layer is white, looks like fat. Like, that's pretty interesting stuff. Like, could it be giants? What do you guys think?
The Sumerians, the Phoenician Canaanites, the Egyptians, especially the Sumerians, all the ancient peoples of the world talked about the reptile aliens. Well, after the program, I got a phone call from a guy who's, later on I found out, is an extremely wealthy businessman in Las Vegas. He buys and sells hotels and commercial properties in Vegas, and he was the biggest there. And he said, I'm a Christian, and I have 5 men who work for me in my office, and they're Christians, and they all belong to the same church. We all go to the same church, and all 6 of us are in the office, and we were hearing you today. And he said, when you mentioned reptile aliens, I had to call you and tell you. Every year, we go somewhere in the world on vacation, and my company pays for everything. And he said, so I take, and all 6 families go together on a vacation somewhere. And he says, and last year, now this was like in '88, so he's talking about '87. And he said, last year, we decided to go camping for a couple of weeks in Colorado. And he says, we were up in the mountains and we broke camp one morning and we walked up to the top of this mountain. We were almost there anyway at camp, and then the next morning when we broke camp, we walked up to the top of the mountain to look over the lay of the land. And he says that out in the valley, we could see that there had been an area that had been cleared away. It was like a round area that had been cleared away. And there was a circle of people out there, and they were all wearing robes, and they were all holding hands and swaying back and forth, singing and chanting. You could barely hear them. But he said, but it was very quiet where we were. We could see that there was some kind of a ritual dancing or swaying back and forth in a circle. They were all holding hands. And there was obviously somebody in the middle, like a priest or something in the middle. And he said, this is out in the middle of nowhere, that these people are out here with this thing that they're doing. And he said, we're up here in the mountains looking down on them. And he said, while we were standing there looking at them, all of a sudden, a second figure popped up out of nowhere. But it was bigger than the man that was in the middle. It's in the middle too, but it's much bigger. And it pointed up at us. And he said, and all the singing stopped, everybody stopped and pointed. And he said, we knew we'd been had. And he said, we didn't know what was going on, but whatever it was, it just popped in out of nowhere, pointed up at us, and everybody is now pointing at us. And he said, so we figured we better just get out of here. And he said, when we turned around, it was standing behind us. That thing which was down there was already behind us. That's how quick it moved. He said, when we turned around to run, there was a reptile alien standing behind us. He said this thing was at least 7 to 7.5 foot, maybe 8 foot tall, had a reptile man's head, but it was a reptile head. It was very muscular, looked like a human body on the ordinary of a human body, but a reptile body, extremely muscular. And he said, and it was looking at us, and he said, it cast some kind of a spell on us so that the children and the women, no one could move. We were like frozen. And he said, and even nobody could say anything, nobody could cry, nobody could run, nobody could do anything. And he said, we were staring at it, and it was looking at us, but it had control over us. It had locked us so that we couldn't move, we couldn't scream, we couldn't do anything. And he said, and this thing was gazing at all of us, looking at the children, looking at the women. He said, this reptile alien, and he says, we're just Christians in a church. But we saw a reptile alien. This thing was not of this world. And he said this thing was looking at all of us. And then he said it looked at the men, and the look he gave us, we understood. He didn't say anything, but we knew. He was saying, I'm going to leave you alone. But when I leave here, you better get out of here. And he said, and he said the alien walked over like he was leaving, is gone. Just like they was gone. And he said when he was gone, the moment he was gone, everyone came back to life. And the babies were screaming, the women were yelling, screaming. Everybody came back to life instantly. And he says, we ran like we were totally out of our minds, running back to the cars. We ran down the hill, got in the cars, and the women were screaming, the children were yelling, and he says, and we drove back, and he said it was the most incredible, horrible experience. And he says, all the guys in my office will tell you, we saw a reptile alien in Colorado. So when you're talking about, he says, so when you're talking about reptile aliens in the ancient world, I got news for you. There's one we know for sure in Colorado. We saw him.
So that was 35 years ago. That happened. He said it was 1988. That was the year I was born. But yeah, those those reptiles, man, they just be popping up and disappearing. You know what I mean? Shadow. They don't need shadows, bro. They here 1 second, gone the next. It's crazy.